Hey, my friends. I wanted to just make a quick video for you. Thomas from Hermit's Mirror. Hey, folks. I just wanted to make a quick video for you. Thomas from Hermit's Mirror asked if I would be willing to take a look at his new version of his Lifeline Tarot, which I did a video of, and I really, really like a lot. It's one that I always have out, but he has a slightly larger, not slightly, a larger, sort of more tarot-sized version with some color details. And so I said I would be delighted to look at it, and so I am. And I'm going to show it to you. So this is on Kickstarter right now. I will leave the link to that below. But let's just quickly walk through. If you're familiar with the Lifeline Tarot, it's the same artwork with some additional shading and color, which I think really looks nice. Really nice update to the back. I love this original back too. I just really like this deck a lot. So here goes. There's the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress. So if you don't know, all of this artwork, all the line work was one line, which is why it's called the Lifeline Tarot. And because of that, it sort of puts an interesting spin on the deck. And one of the things that I like about the deck is that it's very neutral. And there's some really interesting use of negative space. And I think that the color just sort of, I have zero problem with the black and white version. I like it the way it is. But I think the color does make it pop a little bit in a cool way too. So the reason that there is so much negative space is because this was all drawn with one line, including the titles, which is why you'll see this sort of elided title font. I just really love the way that the card is drawn. I think that that use of a single line is a really fresh, cool way to sort of look at a thing we've seen so many times. And it does have this neutrality because it can't sort of have the same I guess emotional landscape as a card that is sort of drawn in a more traditional way, but I appreciate that. Because if you've, been on my channel for a while, you know that how I read is very contextual and not so much about what's pictured on the card exclusively, but it's about the way things work together. And so the Eight of Wands might not necessarily mean what it always does, depending on the reading and the context. So those are the majors. We get into the minors. And in this case, you can really see kind of how evident that use of negative space really is. And this is just one of the things that makes me so excited about the deck. So I'm looking at it again. I haven't actually looked at it in a while. And I'm always just sort of charmed by it. And I hate that word. It sounds sort of whimsical, but I don't mean it in a dismissive way. I really like it. I think it's very cool. And it offers a lot of room as a reader, which I appreciate. Page, Knight, Queen, King, and here we have the Ace of Pentacles. Again, this to me is just super cool. I just really, really like this a lot. You know what I mean? Just, I don't know. I love it. I love the energy of it. I love the space. I love the way, to me, I might have even said this when I did my original walkthrough of the first version. It reminds me of theater in that you don't need all of the literal details to make a story. Your mind will fill in the blanks. And here it does the same thing artistically. And it's just really, really, I think, just an exciting thing to read with, because it opens you up. It frees you. And if you're not a lover of pip decks, to me, like neutral decks like this, I think can serve a similar purpose. I just love these sort of ones where you get this, excuse me, so much negative space are my favorite ones. And then also there's this thing of like, why, you know, you could sort of say like, what's missing and why it's not there in the context of a reading, you know, and I think that is very cool too. I also find it interesting, you know, the choices of sort of what's depicted and what's not, you know, that to me is really cool as a reader. So now we get into swords. And then here are a couple extra cards. He did send me a PDF of the guidebook, which I have not looked at yet. I wanted to get this up as soon as I could, just so that, you know, if you wanted to back it, you could. So I will look to those. And then he always includes a information card. So LifelineTarot.com, Hermit's Mirror on Instagram, and I'll leave the link to Kickstarter below. So I hope you liked this. I think it's awesome. Go support indie creators and have a great day. Be good.